Now we have two more people who explore not just wildlife on Earth, but beyond. Please welcome, well, sort of. Please welcome Chief Engineer and Project Manager of Foundation, a rocket team here, Rob Sanders and Katie Varela. Requested bad to the bone.
We did, yeah.
Well, first of all, seriously, thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
The rocket schedule is a tight one, and I know that.
Yeah.
NASA is, no, but so you guys lead Foundation, which is a rocket team within NU Stars.
Yes.
Okay.
So there's actually 5 teams within NU Stars, 2 rocket teams, a research team, education outreach, and then a high-altitude balloon team, which is probably one of the coolest teams. They basically fill up a balloon with helium and then send it up over like 100,000 feet. And you can see the curvature of the Earth, and it's really cool. For some reason, they have all these really wild stories from all of their launches.
By far the craziest team.
Oh yeah, the weirdest stuff happens to them. But the team that Rob and I lead is the Foundation team. So we're just like the introductory team to all the new members, teaching them about rockets. We have all of our rocket babies build like little mini rockets at the beginning of the year, and it's all fun.
That's amazing. So everyone is new, but you still had like some success. You had a competition last month or something?
Yeah, we did. So we drove out to Maryland, and for this competition, it was against like 16 other colleges, mainly on the Northeast. There's a Chicago team too, and we ended up coming in 4th out of those, so we're pretty happy with that.
We're ready to clap again.
We also came in 2nd and 3rd for our target altitude portion as well.
Which one of these bad boys
It's the little one in the front.
It's slightly overshadowed by the bigger one, but it's the little one in the front.
And which one's signed by Neil deGrasse Tyson again?
The purple one in the back has Neil deGrasse Tyson's signature.
That guy invented.
He invented space. Yeah.
But anyway, but take me through just sort of the process of like even like a competition there. Like what are you actually competing in?
Yeah, so the competition this year, we had to design a rocket that goes up to like clears 1,000 feet, and then when it's coming down, it deploys this lander. It's supposed to be like a fake like Mars mission type deal, except on Earth, which is less exciting but cool. And so it lands on the ground, has to like detect that it's landed, take a bunch of pictures, send it to a ground station that we programmed.
Totally.
Yeah.
And you had trouble with the altimeter? Was there?
Yeah, the most stressful part of the rocket is probably the altimeter. It's like the end-all be-all. So it makes the rocket go pop-pop at the top, and the parachute come out, and it's all exciting.
You say that a lot.
So you put the rocket on the pad, and after you're done taking selfies with it, you like go up and you turn this special key, and then everyone has their ear against the rocket, and you're all waiting, and it's like the longest 10 seconds of your life, and then all of a sudden you hear beep, beep, boop, boop.
And then we go crazy because that means we don't have to reset everything
Really
up for 6 hours. Yeah.
And what's the sound if you don't do it well?
Oh shit.
It'll be literally there's a voice inside the rocket that says oh shit, and then you go oh shit.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
That's a bit, but okay. But driving to Maryland is a little far. I mean, for rockets, like, do you have to like, how far do you have to go?
Well, normal launches take place in Wisconsin, so it's pretty far. So for some reason, FAA doesn't let us have black powder on civilization, so we have to like go out to the boondocks.
Black powder is the thing that blows things up.
Yeah.
But the craziest part isn't the location; it's the people who show up. So the launches, you're expecting all these like very high-profile,
engineering types,
highly educated, just like 20 future Robs is what you're thinking. But what you actually get is these people who show up in like flannels and truck hats and like
camo, a lot of camo.
They look like they're going hunting, and then all of a sudden they pull out a 10-foot rocket out of the back of their pickup truck, and you're so confused.
And they know everything about rockets there is to know. It's absurd.
They're way smarter than the future Robs.
Yeah. It's sad, but true.
Rob, you two can buy a camo vest one day.
Yeah, totally. Like our altitude balloon team, they're launching it up to 100,000 feet. So when it's coming down, it just is going pretty much anywhere in the Midwest. So they're just like not watching it, but watching the screen where it is. And they had a launch, and it landed on an Amish farm. And they like knocked on the door, and it's these 3 kids who found it and were like terrified by it. We have a video of this Amish child discovering this thing that just descended from the sky on his farm. And he's clearly very scared. He's just in the corner, like, kind of peering at it. And then his big idea is to throw a stick at it. And after he had thrown 2 sticks, he decided it was not a bomb, which is like not a bad test, honestly. Just hit it with a stick, and if nothing happens, then pick it up and take it inside.
He was a really good stick thrower, though. He got it right on the lens.
He throws it right into the camera.
The Amish are known for.
They are known for their stick throwing, yeah.
Okay, but going to play, you said that the high altitude balloon team had crazy stories.
Oh, yeah.
But these drives, like, to get to these places, like, must be so long. Like, how much time do you even spend on it, like, on campus?
It's like, what?
A lot of time.
2 hours? We spend like 15 to 20 hours a week in tech.
Yeah, gearing up to the competition, we live in tech, pretty much. Yeah, until like 2 to 3 a.m.
You do some weird stuff late at night.
It's hard because we're just like, we don't want to be in tech more than anyone else does, but we're just stuck there like waiting for glue to dry.
So one night at like 2 a.m., we were like looking for this game to play, and Rob's like, oh, I have the perfect idea. So he takes some
Good Rob
clay.
impression. Good Rob.
Really kidding.
So he takes some clay and he puts it on a drill, and he's like, just like, you want to say it?
There wasn't any point to the game. I put clay on the drill and was like, look, look, it's spinning. We played throwing knives with screwdrivers into boxes. We watched Netflix on the screen. We have dance parties.
Yeah.
It's terrible. It's really bad. It's really bad.
Don't ever be in tech at 3 a.m. It's really sad.
It sounds like fun. Like, it really does
It's
sound
definitely, you're in it together.
We're best friends with the janitors, actually.
Really?
Like, really,
They
we're
come
tight.
in, they come in and they're like, hey guys, I'm like, hey.
They give us extra trash bags.
Yeah, the Amish are probably, anyway. Yeah, but,
Really good.
so, I mean, but what keeps you actually going back to tech, like, every time, like, it's staying so late? I mean, there's gotta be something keeping you up.
Absolutely the community. The Rocket community is really tight. I'm really attached to, I call them my Rocket babies. I'm quite obsessed with them. We actually have this tradition where we like all get together on Dillo Day at like 6:15 in tech. So if any of you guys want to come next year.
We started our Dillo Day in tech, which I don't know if I'm happy or sad about, but it happened.
You just learn to accept it, yeah.
Yeah, it's alright. Yeah, yeah, so our team was like mainly freshmen, so like we wanted to like give them some responsibility. So we had this like target altitude event. We were like, all right, perfect. 3 freshmen, they can just do this. You'll learn a lot. We didn't take into account the fact that that means they get to name the rockets. So they had this idea they want to name it after volcanoes. So the first one they named Vesuvius, like the the ancient whatever volcano. The second one they named Eyjafjallajökull. Which if you don't know is the Icelandic volcano that shut down air traffic for a month in Europe. So at launches, the person who does all the safety things has to announce the name of every rocket. Like we said, it's these people from middle of nowhere, Wisconsin.
Yeah.
And so this guy, you hear him on the radio, he's like, next up, Northwestern NU stars, they're flying. Oh Lord, help me. You hear Katie in the background. You don't have to say it.
It's okay. And then the freshmen were like, do it.
Well, sounds like the freshmen are real pranksters.